start. Here.
That's only on Daniel's screen anyway.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's going to whoever.
Hey, real quick, because I think I see what you're doing. What's up with yours, Daniel? Daniel, if you see your little face in the bottom right, if you scroll over to it and scroll over it, can you like show thumbnail? Like, does it have like those 3 dots? What is pressing? Or I don't know how to explain this. Hold on, let me see if I can fucking record it on my phone to show you what I'm talking about. So,
Whoa! I just did it on accident.
You clicked it, so it shows all of us now, right?
It's showing all of. I slid the screen somehow, and I can see everybody.
Yeah, I just went into your view to see how I can shift it, so you can see us all on the right. You still have one big screen in the middle, but you have 4 people on the right, correct?
I have 3 people on my screen right now. I'm blacked out, but I think that's because I set. Hold on. I think I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna fix it right now.
If you go to one of our screens and you see the dots in the corner, you can select or go to yours, the one where yours is.
We're all good. I see everybody.
Something
now.
that says hide self view, bring out self view.
All right. What's going on, Piglets? It's your boy Taylor B, and I'm joined by my posse of co-hosts, Daniel, DJ, and Joey. Welcome to another installment of Culture by the Uncultured. And before we go any further, please be sure to click that follow or subscribe button. We're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Culture by the Uncultured. It's one word. All right, guys. Daniel's here this time with the video going. How we feeling? Everything good? Everything Gucci?
I mean, I'm feeling okay now that we actually got this damn thing working and I can actually be in the video. Now, back to Tiger Woods. And I'm just not going to hit.
Hell no.
They found him unconscious, though.
Are you whispering?
Yeah, I can't hear him now. He just got cut off.
Can't hear you.
I can hear you.
You really can't hear me now? Everything is going super slow now. Oh my God. What in the world? Here, I can turn myself up.
I can hear him now.
I could hear Brandon through yours.
What?
Through mine?
Yeah. I don't hear Brandon at all. I heard him through whoever might coming in.
Y'all cannot hear me. Y'all can hear. What about before I started recording? Y'all can hear me?
I can hear you now.
As soon as I heard the opening line, somebody said something else, and then you went out.
Man, what the fuck? All right. Anyway, what do we have on the docket, man? I just here I got some stuff geared towards Daniel since he's back here now. LaMelo Ball going off, Rookie of the Year. What do you guys think about that?
We got to start that right there. That's how you feel. We're going to start immediately at LaMelo Ball. Okay, man. I'm happy for the kid. I'm happy for his dad. I'm happy for his brother. I'm happy for the family. But I am pissed the hell off. Like I said in the draft, this team right here being stupid and not picking him, picking Anthony Edwards, who, he got a nice dunk, but can't make 3-pointers to save his life. I'm so jealous every time I see this dude going crazy on ESPN. I didn't take him in fantasy. I'm pissed off at that too. Like it's so annoying how good he is, but I'm so damn happy he's actually good because for a second there, LeVar was looking pretty crazy, and Lonzo was doing his best to make his dad look stupid. But the way he was shooting out there, shooting like this, and all that, but I'm actually happy one of them is actually living up to the hype. He's actually exceeding the hype. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, he's taking some dope shots. Like it's almost like he's bringing the next level of entertainment to basketball, in my opinion. He's doing some stuff that I feel like people like. There was a clip I seen where he tried to. I don't know if he was trying to shoot it or just keep it in bounds, but he literally fell into a bunch of chairs and shit into the ground. And I was like, I don't know that many guys that are really, really willing to kind of sell their body, for just to try to save the ball or maybe make a play. Essentially, it's a little bit rare. I feel like nowadays people are just like, man, that shit out of bounds, whatever, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and he actually reminds me of an old school point guard. The more I watch his highlights and watch him play and all that, he kind of reminds me. He's like the light skinned Jason Williams from the Sacramento Kings back in the day. So by kind of the way he passes the ball like that and does all the crazy tricks while he's going to do layups and all that. That's what it reminds me of. Was everybody laughing? Was that brought up last week and I missed it?
No, I think LaMelo Ball looks like Beavis and Butthead fused into one.
I mean, for me, I normally, and this is just how it normally goes for me whenever it comes to basketball. I don't really pay attention to basketball until football season's over. So now that football season's over, like right around this time every year where it's like the All-Star break, right after the All-Star break, I'll hop back in and pay attention to what's actually going, unless I'm playing like fantasy basketball or any of that. So actually looking at, from what I've heard and from what I've seen off of like Instagram and all that shit, LaMelo, or not LaMelo, LiAngelo's doing fucking, what the fuck? LaMelo Ball, Lonzo, LaMelo, all of them. LaMelo Ball,
Dingo too.
Yeah, LaMelo Ball is actually doing really good. But speaking on Lonzo, he actually
The fight's over.
the fight's over.
Beat Israel Adesanya?
Yeah, Israel Adesanya lost, bro. Unanimous decision.
Went all the way?
Breaking news.
Yeah, went all the way.
Just now.
But
That's for his second title, isn't it? Because he was fighting for a
He
second
retained
belt,
it.
right?
He retained it.
he
Okay.
retained his belt. He kept it.
Okay.
But speaking on what I was saying though, like Lonzo, it's only halfway through the season. Basically, obviously, All-Star break is roughly around a little bit more than half. He's doing better as for points than he ever has currently in his career, and his field goal percentage is definitely up. So he's doing a little bit better. He's trying to make his dad proud. But yeah, as a rookie though, LaMelo's definitely showing that he's here to stay. That he could be an all-star. He can definitely be what he was drafted to be. And
There's currently only 2 NBA players that have had a better rookie season than him right now, and it's LeBron James and Luka. Like literally, that's it. Out of all the NBA players, like he's having the best rookie season right now since those 2 people.
I'm gonna keep it real. Having good rookie seasons is all dependent on playing time.
oh yeah,
Who
100%.
plays for the Hornets?
And at the same time though, like but you gotta think.
LeBron played for the Cavs, bro. Luka played for the Bucks. Like, come on, bro. These teams were all depleted and damaged when these guys got drafted.
Yeah, they needed those players. I mean, the only thing that's different from him than those other 2 players is that he wasn't thrusted into the starting position immediately. Terry Rozier was the starter for the good portion of the year, and now he's finally getting his time to shine, actually getting starter minutes, and actually being able to put up what he's doing right now. I mean, promising future. Obviously, well, all depends on what happens, and we'll see what happens.
Bro, the Hornets are 17 and 18
That's not. I mean, at the half, it's not
in the
bad.
East.
Which means there's still a playoff team in the East, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
he's the savior. Let's
In
give
the
it-
East, it's still a playoff team.
Let's just
Oh,
give
the
it some
ball
time. That's all I'm
savior.
saying.
Some more disappointment for Daniel. DJ and him, they went heads up on their
Wow.
batting game.
Uh,
Let's get a little quick recap on that, huh?
All right, I'll start since we already know how DJ's story is gonna go.
There were more interceptions than incompletions. That's all I'm saying. In that game, there was more interceptions than incompletions.
Oh my God.
Y'all making me wish I would have
Yeah.
recorded it.
Yeah, yeah. So there's definitely a lot of interceptions between the both of us. You know, we both run a really good defense and all that. We both, we're Madden veterans pretty much. So this is the first time I'd actually played DJ since I'd say September. Like usually we're always playing each other. I'm always playing Joey. Like when we all first got Madden, we were all playing each other we were used to everybody's playing style and all that. So actually playing DJ for like that first time, I was just like, I have no idea what he's about to do, except for maybe like two plays. Oh my God. This meeting no longer has the time limit.
We don't have. We're limited now. We got
Why did it
upgraded.
say that?
Okay.
Who did
I
that?
don't know. It just popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I
don't
saw
know.
that too. It's like, what? Okay, I guess.
Okay. So back to what I was saying. We're gonna
Appreciate
cut that
it.
part out. We're gonna cut that part out. So what I was saying was, so we haven't played each other in so long. So I knew he had a couple good plays that I was like, okay, I'm waiting for this play. But this little bastard was so damn. He was so damn fast with his like setup on offense. He caught me in the middle of me setting up my defense like 3 times, and it was a touchdown every time. And I'm like, I'm behind now. So good on DJ for doing that, because that's the part of the game within the game that I wasn't really paying attention to as much, was getting my adjustments in as quick and all that. But we got 2 more matchups because we're in the same division, so we're gonna play again later, and then we're gonna play again in the playoffs too. So I'll be getting in my revenge in here pretty soon.
Yeah, that game doesn't take place until week 17, so we're almost depending on if one of us don't get the first seed, we'll probably have a game and then another week and then another game back to back, almost necessarily. But yeah, just like I said, I for the longest time since we've been playing, like I haven't played him since Madden 2020. Obviously, it's Madden 2021 now, and it's been out since like August of last year. So we haven't played each other like in a true game in a long time. Like I tested stuff out whenever I upgraded the PS5 to make sure that we can still crossplay. But we hadn't played each other. So during this whole time, like normally in our league, we'll stream our games. And in all these streams that we've done, I've been planning this small ass seed that all I run on defense is cover 1. And all the plays that I run on offense, I run like 8 or 9 plays. And I did that every single game for basically a year, just to be able to plant that seed so that whenever I did play against Daniel, he wouldn't know that I'd come at him with my zone and I'd lock him up basically.
All that dumb shit for a year?
Yeah. I played retarded for a year. Hey, but it worked, bro. It worked. It worked because a lot of the people we have in our league are – I mean, I'm not gonna front. They're not that good. They definitely can get better.
Yeah, I ate burgers for 20 years to make people think I wasn't vegetarian. Fool them.
What else we got? What do we got next? Let's just go down the list. Jake Paul trying to incite beef with Canelo. He's about to fight some boxer or MMA fighter. I forget. I think that's actually coming soon. I know what Logan Paul and what is his name? I can't believe I'm drawing up. Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather are scheduled to fight, and Jake Paul is supposed to fight some like MMA fighter or something. And then
wait, go back. You talked about Jake Paul trying to
fight or
get at Canelo.
Yeah. Did
he not just watch Canelo beat the brakes off this dude that made this guy's coach throw in the towel? Like, stop it, bro. Stop it.
Throw the damn towel.
He was landing punches through the blocks. Like, what are you stupid?
So, supposedly, like, when the cameras are off or something, like some kids ran into the ring and had like Jake Paul shirts, and Canelo said something to the avail of like, "Oh no, get that shit off here." Like,
yeah,
we don't fuck with that kid or whatever. And then like it got back to Jake Paul, and he's trying to call him out, saying that Canelo's fighting a bunch of nobodies that people don't know from whatever random countries, and that he's dodging all like the really good fighters or like well-known fighters because he's not as good as he thinks he is, even though he says he's a pound for pound champ or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I'm not super into boxing. It's definitely an entertaining sport to watch. And he also brought up, I guess, that Canelo said that like him and his brother are like disgracing the sport of boxing. And then Jake was like, "Oh, I'm getting more people to watch it or whatever," which is like, I definitely see where Canelo's coming from for sure, and I don't agree. Like, it's like I hate to bring this guy up fucking all the time, but it's like similar to antics that 6ix9ine has, you know,
trolling.
Like, yeah, it's like I get it. Like you're boosting numbers to a degree, but it's like it's not like doing anything that would absolutely like, oh man, like you're you're not really playing the sport. You're just like. Yeah. Lining up, I just want to fight whoever I want to fight. Like,
you know what I kind of, you know what it kind of
like
makes me think about?
You know? What?
It kind of makes me think about. There's a lot of things in life that gain a lot of attention because it's like it's got a shock factor. So a lot of people nowadays, especially entertainers or celebrities, they think that as long as it gets attention, you know, all attention is good attention, and they just completely drive their lives with that idea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like there's been a lot of great people, but tell me why I know the names of serial killers. They're not good people, but I know their story because the shit shocks you. So somebody being stupid enough to call out a professional boxer to a fight, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like that's
Yeah.
that's why it's eye catching. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's ear grabbing. But it doesn't mean that we actually respect the thought of you getting in. I'm sorry, bro. Like I honestly, it's gonna take a fighter to be like, yeah, I'll do that fight and knock his ass out quick, fast.
Yeah.
But throw in stipulations. If you lose, you don't get money.
Mm.
Let's see if you want to fight. Let's see if you want to fight for. Let's Kimbo slice it, homie. I'll give you $100. Come get your ass kicked.
Rest in peace.
Kimbo slice it.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Kimbo Slice.
For sure.
Wait, a timeout though. I'm confused. Is this the one that fought Nate Robinson, or is this the
Yes.
other one?
No, that's
Okay.
the one that fought Nate Robinson.
So
Okay.
It's Jake and Logan Paul. Jake
they're
is
the
older.
same. They are
Jake-
the same.
Jake is the older brother, but he's
But I don't think Logan Paul has talked as much. Like I think Jake is more instigaty and like silly and antics based. I don't really remember if Logan Paul has like ever said much. Even like with the Floyd Mayweather thing, I think the only thing he's really said is like, "I've sent you the contract. Stop dodging it or whatever. Come on, just sign it." Blah blah blah. And then he like made fun of his like reading thing. Like I know there's a lot of big words on there, but I mean like I feel like he just took a page out of 50 Cent's playbook because that shit was fucking funny.
Yeah. Let me correct myself real quick. Logan Paul is the older one. Jake Paul
Yes.
is the younger one. But it's kind of a like in speaking to what Daniel was talking about, where like and what Brandon was talking about, whenever it comes to like these people that are disgracing the sport, like it kind of sucks because it's kind of like I can understand where Canelo comes from because these fights, even though they're getting publicity, even though Logan and Jake are getting all these people to watch, it's because they're bringing them from a different aspect. It's kind of like what is it called? I mean, it's not roughly the same, but I'm gonna bring up Ninja. So Ninja is someone we talked about on the last podcast. He blew up and became one of the biggest streamers of all time.
Yes, sir.
And then he got signed to go work with Mixer. And he took his
Wah, wah, wah.
viewership and went to Mixer, and he cut down his viewership by like 10%. He went from streaming to 4,000 to like 10,000 people a day to going down to 400 to a day. So it definitely kind of like, yeah, cool. You brought over some people, and some people are going to come over and they're going to see you stream, and they're going to see you box, and you're bringing people over, but it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same sort of viewership because people are loyal to what they actually want to see, which is that actual boxing. People do want to see, like, there's nothing wrong with what Logan and Jake are doing. They're trying to expand their image. Their personalities. They're trying to do their own stuff, and they're trying to expand. If they want to go out and they want to fight Nate Robinson, or if they want to fight all these other people, yeah. But the minute you start calling out boxers, these are people that trained their whole life. These are professional athletes. That would just be like it's kind of like that TV show, The Average Joes versus the NFL football players. Like, these guys are regular ass people. Not saying that they cannot be a boxer or a football player or an athlete in that general, but Canelo's been training his whole life. He's done this. Like, Mayweather trained his whole life.
We're talking about 20 years of training your reflexes.
Yeah,
It's not just like, oh, I'm fast with it, I'm good with it. No, buddy.
Yeah, that's like us going out and trying out for the Chargers right now, or trying out for a football team right now. Just going out as a walk-on. Man, yeah, I used to play football.
These guys are snagging flies out the sky with chopsticks. You know what I'm saying? You don't want none of that work.
It's just
Especially, it not only is he prepared, he's been preparing for this his entire life and all that. He's well trained. He's not tired either. I don't know if you saw the last fight, buddy. He ain't tired. He got about 10 punches in, and the dude was like, no mas.
Yeah. And that's kind of how it is. Like, when you talk about like Canelo right now in his division is probably he is the best boxer in his division. He's one of the biggest profile names in boxing right now. Mayweather, before he retired, was the biggest pound for pound. Some people would like to say the greatest boxer of all time. One of the biggest boxers in his name in his generation. You got these two people, the peak athletes of their sport, of their divisions, and you want to call out the best of the best. Like, equated to wrestling, man. You got the Undertaker. You don't see these no-name walk-ons trying to fight the Undertaker for the WWE Championship. It just doesn't happen like that. You got to work your way up, and unfortunately, I think they're gonna have to work their way up. They're gonna have to earn some respect first in the boxing community before they actually start doing stuff.
Man, in my prime, I
money.
would have destroyed Michael Jordan. Me and LeVar Ball, man, we was riding up.
Hell no. That's crazy.
What else we got going for us? Comic-Con virtual again this year. It's a big disappointment for the community, I'm sure. I feel like we've all been there at this point, and it would have been nice to be able to attempt to go again this year, even though it's definitely not the easiest fucking event to go to.
Some news that didn't break the thing. I heard Senate passed the new stimmy.
I don't even know what's going on with that anymore.
Am I tripping?
I'm so lost.
So recently,
I think it just has to get signed.
I just saw it the other day. Or it happened actually last night when I was watching. Is that it got tied? They're currently voting to debate on the final stuff that's going on. And last night it got to a 50-50 vote. So it was cut both ways. 50 said yes, 50 said no, and final vote was on Kamala, and the vice president obviously voted in favor. So it seems as though it's moving forward. They wanted to get it approved by this weekend so that it can go up, and we should be receiving it sometime mid to late March. But obviously, with stuff that's happening in the government, that stuff can change at any moment.
Yeah, I got an update about 6 hours ago saying the Senate passed Biden's 1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief bill.
Yep.
The vote was 50 to 49.
I was gonna say, wasn't there something else that was brought up too about like Bernie Sanders trying to get a $15 an hour minimum wage? But
Yeah, I
then
think that got
like
rejected.
it did, yeah. By Democrats too, if I'm not mistaken. Like 8, like people were trying to put them on blast. Like these are the 8 Democrats that
Democrats, Republicans, they're all white.
and that's a for sure right on. What else we got here? Just a little bit of cancel culture stuff. Dr. Seuss books getting canceled. There's like 6 books in total, I think. For like some like racial negative stuff, racially negative stuff. I don't even remember.
Let's just keep it real. This stuff's not gonna stop. The longer our people exist, they're just gonna keep going back and looking for stuff that wasn't socially acceptable. Oh, fucking well, bro. Like, what are you supposed to do about that stuff existed back then?
Well, the interesting thing about this particular case, though, instead of like cancel culture getting a hold of this and being like, oh, Dr. Seuss is a fucking racist, get him the fuck out of here, yo. It's more his estate did it himself. They took it upon themselves to get rid of these books because of the negative stereotypes it placed or the negative views or whatever. And which also at the same time, obviously people like brought up cancel culture, of course. But then
they're trying to cancel Pepe Le Pew.
They're trying to cancel Eminem.
Which is fucking.
I think we need to cancel the cancel. Yeah, we need a double cancel.
So the Eminem thing that really took me by surprise. I don't know where the fuck that came from.
They went
from, like,
to
TikTok.
go. What's that song? I love the way you lie, and he talks
Rihanna,
about like, oh, if you try to leave, I'm gonna set
burn
this house on fire.
Down,
blah. Like there's no emotions in lyrics. Like obviously he's not saying he's really gonna torch the shit. He's saying that I'm gonna be so upset. Like this is what I feel like doing. Yeah. If they're coming after Eminem for a song that made mainstream, they clearly have never heard any of his other music because he talks about absolute torture in his songs. Yeah.
They're
absolute torture.
They're also trying to target because of the song "Stan," which obviously all of us know. The song "Stan" was about a crazy fan that basically commits suicide, kills himself and his girlfriend / wife with a kid in the car. Or pregnant.
That was very eye-opening in my opinion.
As long as you're not in the public eye, you can do no wrong. That's what I'm getting from society. As
well,
long as you're not the one being focused on.
Yeah.
No, he without sin cast the first stone. Go ahead, everybody, grab your rocks. We attacking this person today. Like that's literally how it looks, bro. Like I'm tired of this shit.
So crazy.
He actually came out with a song too. Eminem just came out, or not just, but like a couple days ago, I believe. He came out with a reply to them attempting to cancel him. It got on YouTube or some stuff. I don't know if it's still up, but he definitely
ain't never gonna stop.
Yeah.
You can't cancel him. The dude peed on Mariah.
You can't. You
can't cancel that. You know what I'm saying? The dude is on top still. Jesus.
Hey man, obsessed.
I can't wait till they get to Kim. That song Kim. where he murdered her, tortured her, drugged her in the woods. I can't wait for them to get to that and see, what type of hoopla they start to throw at that song, because he's definitely going to get canceled off that one.
And keep in mind, this man used to be on drugs too.
What about movies? Movies don't exist. They don't make horror movies. They don't make movies where rapes happen. They don't make movies where kidnappings happen. Are we going to start canceling?
Hold on.
It's entertainment is my point. It's entertainment.
I totally see that, and it's so weird that you bring that up. So let me start off by saying today I watched Euphoria, and that show, I didn't know it was gonna be like that. It's super wild, super graphic. I don't really like to see shit like that. Like, there's certain things I don't want to see. Like, there's a scene where like a young girl has sex with like an older man, like a much older man. There's a lot of nudity in the fucking show. There's a lot of even though I watched the first 2 episodes, part of the second episode of the first episode for sure, and there's like a hella rape vibes going on. Like this drug dealer trying to like fucking wiggle his way into like Zendaya's like fucking panties. It's super creepy. What else? There's she talks about she was molested as a kid or something, or like one of her relatives like touched her or some shit. It's just a bunch of weird shit. Okay, so like when we see this stuff in entertainment, it's like, I get it's supposed to be entertaining, but it's like, but what is so entertaining about that shit though? Like,
it's not always to entertain you. I'm just saying movies and music are all forms of entertainment, but there's storylines. They put that stuff in music or in movies because that stuff actually does happen. It's literally just plot. It's literally just scenarios. That's why I'm just like, we gotta stop attacking musicians and artists that dabble with music. We gotta stop treating them differently, like the movie industry. Ultimately, they're both forms of entertainment. You mean to tell me people don't make vulgar videos? We're not doing cancel culture for stuff that people willingly sign up for and get paid to do. We're attacking people for mixtapes and leaked songs where it's like, freedom of speech where, bro? Like, I'm sorry, it don't exist no more.
Well, you also got to see though, like in some cases, like people are not only just getting canceled whenever it comes to like, when we're talking about this, obviously Eminem is one of the things behind this, but we just saw it not that long ago where people were not people, but there was a certain group of people that wanted to get Johnny Depp out of
juice.
The juice. No, Johnny Depp. They wanted to get Johnny Depp out because of what Amber Heard had said and all the allegations, allegations that she gave out. We saw it with the director for Guardians of the Galaxy, where he was going to almost get released because of some comments that he made on Twitter. Yeah,
he did get released. They just hired him back.
Yeah, so it's like, we see this stuff happen all the time, and it's unfortunate because, like, yeah, I get it. Like, I get that there's some things that maybe shouldn't be said, or that people obviously don't want certain people associated with the work that they're going to be doing because of what they said or what they're going through. But a lot of this stuff is in the past. I'm not saying that people shouldn't be judged based on what they said in the past, priority, but people are different people, and
definitely depends.
It definitely depends. People grow and people change, and it just sucks that like stuff like this can be so heavily influenced off of people that say things that happened years ago.
It just feels like nothing is truly in your past if everyone doesn't forget it. If one person remembers something happened, it's not in your past.
Do you guys think that there should be a line, like maybe like, let's say like
statute of limitations? Bro, that was last week, bro. You gonna have to let that go. Don't live in the past, bro.
I'm not gonna say that, because if somebody calls me a nigger last week, I'm gonna be mad about it this week still. But
okay, I'm sorry.
So what I'm saying is, like, do you think there should be like a line, kind of like a fine line? Okay, like what is cancelable? Like how long will we maybe have to wait before, like, okay, like even the most heinous shit, you can't be canceled for it or something? Or is it like
people's sensitivity levels vary?
The level of like the heinousness, or like whatever crazy wild shit you said, like, you know, like is racial stuff worse than like fucking evil jokes or something like that? Like, you know, like what is what is the line where we're like, okay, like this is bad for sure, like you tripping, bro, but like we ain't gonna cancel you for it, you know, like
there is no line, bro. You just gotta speak with confidence and just know that not everybody gonna like what you say.
I mean,
So
shit,
be prepared to defend yourself.
Amazon knows better than anybody because they just got their they had to change their logo because people made a comparison to the Hitler mustache.
Bruh, are you kidding me? It's a picture of a box with a piece of tape on it. And people are like, oh my God, that box resembles that Adolf guy. What's wrong with you? Jesus.
Shit is crazy. Did you watch that Post Malone virtual concert, DJ?
I did, yes, of course.
Okay. Do you like it?
I mean, it was cool.
All right, it was trash. All right, bet. All right, anyway.
It wasn't trash. It wasn't trash. It
Post
was
Malone
just
virtual concert?
Yeah.
Pokemon
So
had
just
their 35th anniversary.
Yeah. It was basically what it basically was. It was a avatar version of him. So it was a CGI version
like
of
Travis
him.
Scott in Fortnite.
Yeah, it was a CGI version of him, and he was on a stage that was floating through the Pokemon universe, and there was Pokemon that were like running beside him, Pokemon landing near him, and he was.
I already don't like this.
He was singing. He sang a couple of his hits, and then he remixed the song for the final song. Unfortunately, a lot of people thought that it wasn't as good because they thought that he could have done the Poke Rap, and people thought he was going to do the Poke Rap, which probably would have been fucking awesome, but he didn't. So it was cool as just like a regular concert, but wow, yeah, basically.
What's up, everybody?
Well, I mean, I didn't check it out, but I mean, Post Malone definitely has some talent for sure. I'm just a hater, that's all, you know. But I mean, I didn't check it out. I'm probably not gonna check it out.
Own it, man. Own it.
It's only like 20 minutes long. So
I've been sipping on haterade. But yeah. What else?
I'm not a fan of everything going virtual this fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's fucking wait it out, buddy. Let's wait it out.
We're gonna have the real Pokemon outside throwing them at him. Hey, send us that Charmander over there, Posty.
And then like there's like virtual, and then there's like virtual plus. It's like when we're watching the versus battle. Watching a versus battle already is virtual, but if they're in the same room, it's still kind of better than watching a virtual versus battle of two people in separate rooms. It's like, bro, that's like, it's a video of a video of a video. I'm like, bro, I don't like this, bro. I don't like this.
Factuals for sure.
Which is what people are watching when they see this. It's a video of a video in videos, bro. It's crazy.
Oh man, they gonna say Versus the #1 podcast? Is that what's gonna happen?
Oh, definitely. Oh man.
Governor of Texas Abbott ends the statewide mask mandate and opens Texas 100%. Just like that. Like, how does somebody have that kind of power? Hey, yo, fuck all what they trying to talk about. Fuck all that mask shit. Open up everything 100%. I'm sure businesses, fingers crossed that businesses are being like smart about this and like, hey, like I know what he said. This is what I'm finna do though. Like, relax. But I know their numbers aren't down to like 0 or nothing like that. So, and Texas is a big place, man. That's definitely worrisome. I pray for them.
In my opinion, man,
roads.
I said, in my opinion, somebody always has to be the damn guinea pig. Okay, somebody had to just go ahead and say, we're going to open up. We're going to see what happens. Y'all take it from there. So I'm happy as well. Have you heard anything about Atlanta? Because I haven't.
They've actually been pretty good. That's why they're having All-Star Weekend there this weekend. So, I mean,
if you want to know how the United States is doing, just reference Florida. However they're doing, because you know how they say like you're only as strong as your weakest link.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? However Florida's doing, that's how we're doing. So that's where I go.
Florida isn't our weakest link. They're just the craziest link. Because they're not that weak of a state. They're just crazy as fuck. There's a bunch of
they're a liability.
Any state that is not paying state taxes is the weakest state. I'm telling you right now. Okay?
There's a lot of states that don't pay state taxes.
They do not have to suffer as much as us over here in California. They are weak.
But there were a couple of places that opened up. It wasn't just Texas. I don't have the list, and I'd have to search it up. But I know that there was 3 other states that also opened. And it is kind of positive because it does make it seem as though we are moving back towards what normalcy would be. And obviously with the year coming as where it is right now, we're literally a week away from when we started this lockdown. When we started back a year ago in March, when we started all this stuff with COVID and we were put on lockdown and
our lives were changed forever.
Yeah, a year ago was when all that happened. So, it's refreshing.
It's year 1 again. AV.
Yeah,
it was BC before COVID. Now it's after virus. We're here.
Hey,
one
year
AV
anniversary for the pandemic, y'all. Let's give it up.
It's our 1 year. It's our 1 year anniversary from being 2 weeks of lockdown.
That's fucking crazy.
So, I mean, it's positive. I think that if anything, it looks positive. We have all these people that are receiving. COVID vaccines, and as it keeps on going, hopefully stuff gets better. But we'll definitely see.
We'll see.
I'm definitely paying attention. There's somebody in my church that's gotten both of the vaccines. I am watching him with one eye open, like everywhere.
I saw the CDC just put out the fucking the zombie survival guide and shit.
What for? Thank you. We have to worry about 6 months ago. Hey, by the way, aliens exist.
Yeah.
Here's how you survive a zombie apocalypse. What is wrong with you guys?
Hey, we're just
so you double tap.
CDC wilding.
We're just
get my damn stimmy, okay?
All we are right now is we're a reality TV show. The aliens are watching us right now, and they're like, "Man, look at these dumb motherfuckers right now."
They don't even know what's coming next season. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know the worst news, and still the worst news I got all week was that Space Jam 2 is coming out. That's the worst news I got all week.
Bruh.
Can we talk about that for a second? Talk about desensifying, desensitizing. I don't know. Everybody's sensitive. They nerfed Lola Bunny.
They butchered Lola Bunny.
What is wrong with these people? They told Mr. Potato Head he's just Potato Head now. There's literally a line in Toy Story that says, "I'm Mr. Potato Head."
Yep.
What are you gonna do with
That's
that?
Mr. Potato Head.
There is a Miss Potato Head as well.
That's crazy.
Not no
And it
more.
goes without
Just
saying.
potatoes.
It goes without saying he could have clearly popped off his lips and put on the lipstick lips and became like a. It's crazy. These are not humans. These are cartoons, and people are like, "We gotta change this. We gotta change this." Oh my god!
The Lola Bunny thing.
I went from Lola Bunny to.
You said what?
It went from Lola Bunny to Larry.
Oh my god! I don't think it was that like so. So my perspective on it is, I don't think it was that bad personally. I
don't think so either.
I felt a little bit more shocked at the amount of attention this has garnered. Like, I don't think that
big whoop.
Like exactly, like it's okay. Like she looks.
So the cartoon changed a little.
Yeah, I remember the post I sent. I showed you. I talked to you guys about. Somebody literally said they took away Lola Bunny's fat fucking tits, and I was like, that's just you're talking about a children's cartoon when you say that. You do realize that, right? It's a children's cartoon character. It's just kind of creepy, like you're like talking about it that way. I mean, they took away the curve, the curves, whatever.
Be real.
Fine.
Is this
not a big
is
deal,
that this isn't the first time you've heard about somebody mention the curves on a cartoon character?
Yeah, people you gotta remember.
People talk about what's her name, the sister from Lilo and Stitch all the time. People talk about the mom from. Yeah. People talk about the mom from Dexter's Lab. Like, bitches are thick, bro.
All the Pixar moms got an ass like a dump truck.
The
Incredibles mom, Elastigirl.
Yeah. This isn't something new, and it isn't something that's like, it's just weird that they did it now. I mean, I know that it's kind of like we're in this generation where we're doing that, where we're canceling a whole bunch of stuff, nerfing a whole bunch of stuff, and we're changing the ways. And the thing that I saw is that when I saw what it is, that they said that it makes it so that they can look, and that Lola Bunny can be looked upon as someone that is either non-binary or someone that can be he, she, trans sort of acceptable.
It's a fucking rabbit.
Yes, I agree. But that's the sort of comments and those are the sort of things that I'm seeing on these posts.
It's so crazy, isn't it?
Oh, that people are saying that. I've seen comments where people saying that. What I've read though is that they wanted to take that approach for her to look less like curvy,
thick?
if you will, and
Less
they
thick?
said that it makes and they feel like it gives her like a stronger look, which to me like
that's the point of these cartoons.
She doesn't look strong to me. She doesn't
Do
look
they
athletic
realize?
at all.
Do they not realize that they give these cartoons human personalities and interactions? So their bodies take shape of that as well. The only reason why they made Lola Bunny so like flirtatious and stuff like that was because in Bugs Bunny in the cartoons, she was always flirtatious with Bugs. Like that's their relationship. Like it's a girl bunny, you a guy bunny. We gonna do it like bunnies. Like that's just Space Jam came out after Looney Tunes already existed. Mm-hmm. They weren't doing something that wasn't new for the movie.
I mean, if you really think about it, if you want to deep dive it too, it's just the symbol for fertility is a bunny. Way back in the pagan times, so it's just like it's obviously she's going to be acting like that around Bugs, because it's in the history and all that. So
that's the name. They call girls bunnies, right? Like,
you got to think about it too. In Space Jam 1, for the people that have not seen it, in Space Jam 1, she is in the beginning. She's the best player, other than MJ. She is the best player on that team.
Facts,
titties and all.
When they first start, she fucking crosses the hell out of Bugs. She makes him look retarded. Oh, sorry, changing my word. She makes him look dumb.
Now we're canceled.
But if you go back and watch, she was legitimately the strongest player and the strongest role in that movie. So there was like I get the reason for the character change, but there was no reason to hide behind this, we want to make her stronger because she was already a strong female in that role.
Exactly.
I'm just not with the sensitive shit.
I even just
can't do it, bro.
Like Wonder Woman is strong and she's Kurt. Well, maybe not so much the DC one, but like even her, like she's like skinny or whatever, and super, doing all this crazy stuff as Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman in like the comic books and cartoons and shit, she's usually thicker, like wearing hella like almost nothing, but she's still kicking ass just like all the other dudes though. So I mean, I don't know. I think it was a piss poor excuse. It was dumb in my opinion. It wasn't a necessary change, but I'm also shocked as how much attention the change did like get. I mean, that's it, though. Moving on from there, in other cartoons, we talked about this a little bit last podcast, the Rugrats and Proud Family coming back, but I don't think that we mentioned that the Rugrats actually had a clip released when they're like with their new animation style. It looks similar to the old one. It's just like in 3D animation now, but the art style for the most part looks the same. Just like
where they make them look rubbery.
I guess if you want to look at it that way, like I guess like yeah, that works. And then an update for the Proud Family as well. All the characters are coming back, all the same voice actors and everything. But the characters are actually going to be a little bit older. So like the twins and stuff, they're going to be like little kids. They're not going to just be like little babies that don't say nothing or do nothing. Well, they did stuff, but they were just little babies and they didn't talk. But like I mentioned before, though, Sticky is not going to be a part of the show because Orlando Brown is not going to be a part of the show. Disney's not going to play that shit. But there's also a new character in the form of Kiki Palmer. So that'd be kind of cool for the addition to the cast. I'm excited to see it just because I think they were like in middle school or like just starting high school in like the original series. So them being a little bit older, I'm wondering if like they're going to be like maybe about to graduate or something, or if they're going to be adults already or not. But I'm interested to see it, like, kind of a follow up to, what we saw before. I do like to see like when a series continues or like is rebooted, if you will, but I don't care for like it to be like, okay, like watching Proud Family all over again, I wouldn't really care to see. But like if you want to give me new episodes and the characters are older and the story's like continuing, I'll go for that. Sure, why not?
They're gonna take everything that they took away from Lola Bunny and put it on Proud Family.
Jesus Christ. I wonder if Sugar Mama's still gonna be alive.
Turn it back on. I was watching it.
What are they gonna start complaining about next in cartoons, bro? Like, you know what in a lot of cartoons characters wear the same clothes?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of shot a shot at
dirty
poor
ass-
people?
Get this dirty
Yeah.
ass motherfucker off my cartoon.
We don't want to glorify the poor. They can't afford
Shit.
many clothes.
They're gonna get mad at Kids Next Door because a white dude was leading the kids.
Was number
White.
one white?
Number one is white.
Was he?
Yes.
I'd like to think he's Mexican or some type of like, Hispanic.
No.
I don't think he was white.
I'm pretty sure number one was white.
Look at him and look at his dad. I don't think he was white. Number two was white for sure. Number 4, he was white. He was an Aussie. He was definitely white. But number 5, number 3, and number 1, I don't think they were white.
What are we talking about here?
Kids Next Door.
is a cartoon. All right, Kids Next Door was a cartoon on Cartoon Network.
No, I remember it. I remember it. I'm just saying.
I just don't think number 1 was.
He's the
I never looked
bald British leader and head operative. So he's British. He's white.
at-
Did he have a-
You say-
did he have an earring?
Black people are British too. He didn't have an earring, no.
His name is Nigel.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
That's
Nigel?
it. Nail in the coffin. He's white.
Okay.
It was Nigel.
He was. All I'm saying is the white character that we for sure know that are white. Number 2 and number 4, his tone compared to their tone is way darker, and his dad is like is a brunette with like a darker tone too. I don't think we ever get to see his mom, but number 4 and number 2 are definitely white for sure. Number 2 was like suburban white, and number 4 was like, all right, I'm Australian white, all right, like I'm foreign white, but I'm still white. But number 1 though, I don't know. I guess if he was British, you're right, but I mean, he don't look it to me. That's all. He sounded for sure, but his dad don't even sound British.
It's been so long since I've seen that TV show.
Yeah, it's been a long time. All right,
Yeah,
we could
confirmation. I didn't see. I couldn't find anybody black named Nigel, so he's definitely white, bro.
black
Extensive
people
Google
named
search.
Nigel. Jesus, that's funny.
What's up, my Nigel?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the two characters that have the British names, bro, are Nigel and what's the dude's name from Harry Potter? Neville. White, sir. I'm sorry.
Neville. Yeah. Neville Longbottom.
All right, we could pretty much wrap this up. I don't think we really got anything else to talk about.
You
guys got
music things
anything?
drop, little
Oh
bit of
shit, you're
music
right.
drop.
Yeah. Scary Hours 2 by Drake. There was a lot of actual music that dropped. I only listened to Scary Hours 2 though. I
It's
feel like
3
that's
songs. It's all right.
yeah. It was.
I
Yeah,
thought
it
it was
wasn't.
cool.
Yeah, it was. It's probably one of those things that I like. Over time, I'll probably like it or enjoy it more. But like
It's
you know,
stuff you
it's-
expect from Drake.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It just lived up to expectations. You know.
Yeah. The man's does not miss. There's not much else to be said there. I mean, we've been fake Drake fans for a long time, and I can't really think of a time where we were just like completely, all this is garbage. I'll never listen to this again. Get this out of my phone. Like.
You know what I was thinking about the other day?
What?
Like, you know how we make that playlist when Logic retired, right?
Mhm.
And we try to do the same thing for Drake. Like, how long is that playlist gonna be?
Oh man,
I'd have to really cut it short, bro.
because there's a lot of you could literally probably just throw his albums in there, and I don't think people would be mad at it.
Speaking of Logic, we
That
talked about it
too.
earlier. Was that he dropped his own album? I guess you can call it his album, where he's kind of playing like it's his
Doctor
alter ego. Yeah, Doctor Doom or some stuff like that.
Doctor Destruction.
Destruction.
That's what it is. Yep, Doctor Destruction. So he actually came out with an album. It is not currently
Doom.
on Doctor Doom. It's not currently on Yahoo Music, Apple Music, or Spotify or anything right now. The only place you can find it on is on YouTube. I'm pretty sure there's other places that it's currently on, but
Probably on Pornhub too.
yeah. Would you? Well, he has to be verified on Pornhub for that, with all the stuff that changed.
Oh
What
man.
What'd you guys think about that album? I listened to the whole thing and I liked it. I just like Logic shit in general. So
It's just cool, man. It's just got that old school type of just throw it together, hit record on the deck, and we'll sit here for 2 hours and spit some stuff vibe, It was really cool. A lot of old school like radio sounds and weird stuff, and then all of a sudden the beat drops and it's just classic bars. It's one of those ones where you don't just take one song off of it. You sit down when you're ready to listen to it, and you playing video games or whatever, and just let it play.
Yeah.
I actually have not listened to it yet, so I am not sure how this is going to sound. I'm kind of expecting a lot just from what we talked about the other day and kind of from the descriptions you guys are giving me right now. But I mean, for the most part, I've never been like super unhappy with the Logic project. There's been times where I've been maybe not as impressed as I thought I would be, but I mean, he's not a bad artist. He's never been a bad artist in my opinion. I just maybe a little corny, maybe a little bit repetitive to a degree, but I mean, he makes good music, so can't go wrong with that. And especially if he's using like another moniker, like I'm sure like he maybe has more freedom because he's not confined to, I got to be Logic, I got to get in my bag or whatever,
Yeah.
He can just kind of shoot from the hip and then have fun with it.
He doesn't talk about being half black and half white. So.
Sounds like a win for everybody on
I
that
still
one.
can't
man.
believe that was so much of a
Congratulations.
topic. Jesus.
For like the last like 3 or 4 albums, shit, this fucking, I'm half black and I'm half white. Nigga, we get it. Damn.
That's his life, man. Leave him alone.
Alone. Big Sean also released a Deep Reverence video. I thought it was actually pretty good. I checked it out. Obviously plays lots of tribute to Nipsey Hussle. I don't know if it's like a school that Nipsey went to or like just a local school, like or if it's a school on Crenshaw or anything. But there's like a ton of murals at this school, painted on the basketball court, painted on like the basketball hoop or whatever. You could see like writing on the school and stuff like that. It was super dope. Snoop Dogg was in it. He was driving Big Sean around. Big Sean's like super swole now, I guess. So let's take away those jokes calling him Little Sean. He is Big Sean now, if you know what I'm saying.
He's still a little fella. Just because he got some muscle, he's still a little fella. He got that Bow Wow complexion.
Oh man. But yeah, no, it was a good video. I thought it was in good taste. It was well done. And damn. I was actually gonna ask you guys something about I remember before, I think Joey said something about like, man, Nipsey wasn't a legend like when he was alive. Not that you don't believe like he deserved that title or anything, but like you got people like when he was alive, people weren't like looking at him like that. You know what I mean? When he passed away, all of a sudden like shit skyrocketed. He's kind of one of those like, just like X or somebody like that. I was gonna ask you, who else do you guys think that may have passed away, or even today maybe that's alive and kicking, that would be considered a legend if they died, or somebody that's dead that you consider like, okay, they became a legend in death or something?
I mean, honestly, I would say a lot of the people who are, I don't want to just shorten it down to rap, but a lot of the artists in the last year who have died have gotten some kind of, I don't know, boosted notoriety because they passed away. And I'm not saying I don't feel like I don't feel bad. Obviously, you don't, wish death on anybody. But let's not pretend like their talent all of a sudden is more impressive because they're not around. I'm sorry. It's not like a artist's life work like a Picasso. It's not like you know what I'm saying? Even then, I think that's kind of bogus. A lot of those, all of a sudden it's worth more because you're dead. Like, what does that mean? You can't give me new music. You already released what you did before you died. I don't know. I just don't know. There's no
wake
way.
Your ass up, Daniel.
There's no way I can. There's no way I can give somebody props for dying like their music's gonna be better.
Yeah. I think that like. I don't think that there's a lot of things that like right now where you'll listen to and you'll think that they'll become legends after their death. Other than, I mean, obviously established names. I mean, I'm going to jump into the rock genre just because they just dropped another album in February. The Foo Fighters, they've been a rock band for the last 20 plus years. Since 1991. So for someone like that, if David Grohl or any of the members of the Foo Fighters were to pass away at any moment, they would obviously become legends in their own right. But that's just because of something that they've been doing for
Because they are
years.
legends, bro. We're
Yeah.
talking about these guys
Living
start making
legends.
music for
Living
6
legends.
months and then died because their lifestyles lead them to death. And all of a sudden, oh, his music was so deep.
Yeah,
What are you
there's just
talking
difference.
about?
Yeah, there's just a big difference between what we would see as legends and what is unfortunately
Real
happening.
legend. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I feel you.
Because like nothing, not taking anything away from obviously the people that have passed recently, whether it was Nipsey or Mac Miller or Juice WRLD or X for that matter. Any of those, all those artists were good in their own ways, and obviously they all made music that a lot of people did enjoy and love. But I wouldn't go as far as to say legendary in that sort of aspect.
Last but not least, I don't know if you guys got any polls or if you guys got something you're messing with. I do. Anybody else?
Hey, go ahead and talk about your show, man. I know you've been waiting the whole pod to get to talk about this show. Go ahead and do it.
Hey, look, man, the show called Good Girls. It's on Netflix. I think it's an NBC show. There's Cloud9. The Cloud9 store is in there. Not the one from Superstore, the show, but, you know, there is a Cloud9. It's like they take place in the same universe, basically, right? It's a show about 3 good girls. They've all got kids. One of them is a mother of 4. She's married. She's white. Her little sister is kind of like the more thoughty one. She has a transitioning daughter into a son, I believe. But it's actually played by like a real boy though, like a young boy. Oh my god, that was just like not it, but she or he. Like at first, at first they say she and her,
Canceled.
and then later in the show, the boy reveals that he wants to be known as a boy. So then they start saying your son and he and stuff like that or whatever, right? And then the black woman, Ruby, she's also married and she's a mother of 2. The husbands in the show, Dean is the husband to the main character. I always forget her fucking name. I don't know why. And then Stan is the black husband. And let me just tell you right now, first and foremost, the black people in the show, they carry this show on their fucking backs. It is so much more entertaining to watch their interactions between Ruby and Stan because, like, you just got to watch it to see that aspect. But at the same time, if you guys are anything like me, you'll hate this show, but like it at the same time. The motivations are stupid. The character interactions between the fucking main drug lord Rio or Chris, whatever you want to call him, and the main female, they're stupid. There's no, it doesn't make any sense. I get it. Your husband cheated on you with a bunch of girls or whatever, and you want to fuck somebody that's going to fucking possibly kill you, your husband, and your children. Like that's not a parallel. It's you're out of your fucking mind, you know? Like it's just crazy shit. Fucking 3rd season, the dude takes everything out of their house and they're just living in a house with nothing. Everything, the shelves barren, no tables, no nothing in the cabinets. They're living in a house with nothing, and they're just accepting it.
So you start off by saying you should watch this, and then go on and explain all the reasons why I shouldn't.
You shouldn't,
yes.
yeah.
I have a very strong love-hate relationship with the show.
See, that's what
happens.
See,
it's crazy.
The show's called Good Girls, and look at you, all indecisive.
But there's nothing good about them. That's the thing. There's nothing good about them. They're a bunch of fucking skeezers, if you will. You know, I mean, Stan's trying to be a good man and provide for his family, and his wife just lies to him at every turn. And then fucking eventually he just fucking gets so corrupted from what she's doing that he becomes a fucking, you know, a criminal, essentially.
These chick shows are doing something to you.
It's wild.
Just remember that whenever we get famous and whenever this podcast blows up, someone's gonna stitch those words. We're talking about Good Girls. There's nothing good about them. From Brandon Taylor. You'll be canceled in 20 years.
I like, and then I'll throw this in the clip too, guys. Yeah, but I mean that's all I had. I mean, but that's all I really have about that show. It's good. Check it out. There's 3 seasons on Netflix. By the way, this is just the last disclaimer real quick. Season 1 and 2 have great cliffhanger endings. Season 3's ending was easily the worst ending out of all 3 seasons by far.
Jesus.
But yeah, but check it out. Give it a chance. Check it out.
I'll say what I watched recently. I watched that is a little short docu-series. I think it's only 3 episodes on Netflix. The Murder Among the Mormons.
I heard about that.
So watch that one.
Was it
That
good?
was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty cool to me. You know what I'm saying? A little less than 3 hours. That was cool. You know, I like true events.
Yeah.
So even if the story's not all crazy and super creative, it's real. You know what I'm saying? You're just telling
Yeah.
me what really happened. So that part always gets me. But I got that, and
Definitely.
also Coming to America, the second movie recently dropped, and it actually dropped the night early. Haven't seen it yet. I'm probably gonna watch it tomorrow.
Same.
But I, for the most part, I'm hearing good things.
I've heard a mix of both. I've heard good and bad, so I'm not really sure yet.
I saw two people that were like naysayers on it,
Mhm.
but then I thought about who was saying that, and I was like, nah, I'm not digging it. so
Shout out
so
Dad, friend of the
just,
show. He said it was good.
I'm gonna just watch it myself. We're funny people. We're goofy. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
I just got done watching it actually a couple hours ago. It's definitely, it could be better in some parts. I'll give you that much. It's a little too extra with the wokeness, and a little too extra with the musical personas, as you could, if I put it that way, without putting a spoiler in there and all that. But a little bit too much of musical. It felt like I was watching, The Lion King, but with people. I'll tell you that much right now.
You know, Eddie Murphy is kind of like that person, because remember, he was in Dreamgirls. He's in, he likes singing, so like I could imagine a second movie being a little more, theatrical.
Yeah,
that's the right word.
For sure.
Artsy. House full of some Hebrew Brantleys.
What about you, DJ? You got anything?
I'm really just chilling. I just started like not even a couple of days ago. I started watching WandaVision with my wife, so I know I got a lot to catch up on. I know that there's a bunch of stuff, a bunch of episodes that are out, but I've only seen the first episode. Yeah, I only saw the first episode with my wife so far. So I'm trying.
All right, let's tell them what happened.
No,
I was gonna say, when you're done with it, we should talk about it, because I definitely finished it. I would like to talk about it right now, but I don't want to spoil nothing for DJ. The only thing that I will say, as far as like me enjoying it or not, I wasn't a huge fan. I probably gave it like a 6 out of 10. A lot of like the bigger things kind of are like comic based off. Well, it's a comic based show, obviously, but I mean, like, a lot of the bigger things are kind of more like, they kind of impact you or mean more if you're a comic book fan. But like, just from like what we kind of gained, I feel like I wanted more, and I expected more, especially with all the theories and stuff. Every theory was wrong. A lot of it was just kind of like, oh damn, that's all it is,
Somebody give this dude a 5-hour energy. Oh god.
But I mean, yeah, as soon as you're done, we should talk about it, check it out, talk about our favorite parts, talk about our not favorite parts. I mean,
I wanted to mention something depressing. I was listening to the radio the other day, and I was bumping the old school station, Magic 92.5, and I started hearing songs from when I was in middle school. So fucking old now, bro. Yep. They was playing Jagged Edge and shit that was coming out in the 2000s, bro, already playing on the old school station. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Oh man, I heard one song from my youth on the old school station, and I felt my hip come out of place. You know what I'm saying?
Bree had sent me a snap today where it was like some song from like 2002 or 2003. Like, I'm talking about like elementary days, and I was like, damn, like,
they got 50 Cent on the old school station. That Get Rich or Die Trying dropped in like 2002.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
It
still feels like it was yesterday, which is the wild part.
Exactly.
Like, crazy.
That was a song too.
But all right, if we ain't got nothing else, I'm gonna end this bad boy. All right.
Oh, I don't get a turn. That's how y'all feel.
You just said that. Did he just say that he was?
Let him go.
Go ahead.
My show, okay. My show on here. Everybody that got Netflix, I want you to go find Rust Valley Restores. Okay, it's one of those shows where they take old cars and they fix them up, but they're in Canada, and it's hilarious when they argue because they have the accent and they're trying not to cuss, but they're just like, take the damn thing over there, eh? And it's the funniest thing.
What are you talking about?
Is it? What are you talking about? Is it like a white humor type of show?
very much so white humor type of show.
If you like that sort of shit, try to search up Letterkenny. Letterkenny.
That sounds really
Letterkenny.
familiar. What am I thinking of?
So Letterkenny, I don't know when it blew up or when it happened. All I know is I was underway when that show came out, and it's the same thing. It's like these 3 white dudes from like right by Canada or by
Trailer Park Boys. Okay.
Yes.
I watched
basically.
Trailer Park
No, but it's like it's not like white dudes like white dudes. It's like Canadians basically.
Okay.
Joey's face. I don't know if they're gonna see Joey's face right there.
I know it's hard to. There's a bunch of white people, all right, and
they're not Canadian. They're just white.
It's like the Kids Next Door dude. He's British, but he's white, bro. He's white.
But yeah, back to the show. You actually learn a lot about these old school cars. Like he has his whole field, and he's just like, yeah, that's a '83 Datsun, and this is the GMC Stingray or whatever crap. And I was like, what the hell are you even talking about? But then they actually restore everything, and they actually come out super nice. And he's like, I spent $60,000 on that. I won 85,000 for it, and he sells it for 40. And you're like, dang, you lost 20 grand on that, Jones, man. And he's like, that's part of the business, eh?
Losing 20 grand, that's just part of the business. That's crazy. But
yeah, no, I can't do it.
But all right, Piglets, this has been another installment of Culture by the Uncultured. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Culture by the Uncultured. Remember, Piglets, Culture by the Uncultured is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, and YouTube. We hope everyone is out there staying safe, and if you can't be safe, be deadly. Catch you guys next time. Later, Piglets.